slow start tonight. What happened in the beginning there?
Yeah, we're on our heels right away.
Just overall, this building, what makes this building so tough in general to get a good start in?
I don't know if it's so much the building, it's their team. It's a fast team. They go north quickly. The size of them, the speed they play with, the structure they play with, and I think any building, when you have momentum, the building comes alive, and they got on us really quickly there.
I mean, you've been here for a while, and Vegas has been a really tough team for this team matchup in general. Is that a lot of the reason why, the size, the structure, a lot of that has been consistent for this team over the years?
Yeah, you could say that.
So, Coach, what do you think went wrong, right from the start? Yeah, they were coming, there were rushes, but what led to so many breakaways, odd man rushes, not being able to prevent the cross passes? It seemed like there was a lot of things that were falling apart in the D.
Yeah, no F3. Something was the number one thing we talked about tonight going into the game was our F3 in the middle of the ice is critical. And I think 3 out of the 7 goals, maybe 4 of them, the last one in the third, we don't have an F3. They get odd man rushes. Best team in the league at doing it.
Especially tough to kind of play this way in front of your goalies too.
Yeah, it's an issue, and I think what's obviously Ned's been around, a veteran guy, but those goals aren't ASCII. We have to pull ASCII. I mean, this kid needs to play. We got to get him going. We got to see him. He's the future of this franchise as a goaltender. We got to, it's unfair to him to have to pull him and take momentum, and yeah, it's disappointing.
Wanted to ask too, just thinking about your guys' play over the last week or so, is it disappointing to not get more points after not build off the momentum from the Pittsburgh game?
Again, I liked our Dallas. Even last game, I thought we did some Seattle. I thought we did good enough things to win. Tonight was a stinker. Tonight stinks.
Typically, the first couple of lines been scoring a lot for the Sharks, and what made it so hard today to really even get a shot on goal in the third, especially from the first period, right? At some point, we're down 3-0, like late in the period.
Yeah, well, if you don't defend and you are chasing games when you give up 4 or 5 goals, you don't have a chance to create offense. So until we clean up, our goals against and keeping the puck out of our net, I really don't care how many offensive opportunities we get, how much we score. We have to keep the puck out of the back of our net.
So in the second period, it looked like a very different period. You guys were toe-to-toe, everything was smooth, and then again, I guess in third, it slipped a little more there.
Yeah, I had some moments there, a little push Max goal, but when you put yourself in a hole like that against a team like that, it's extremely difficult. And they came off it a little bit as well. It's human nature, just kind of see the scoreboard and play a little bit like that. We had a little push, but some of the things we do need to be corrected, and it needs to come from all of us, coaches, players, leadership group. We need guys to step up and grab hold of this because we know when we play with the right structure, we're a good hockey team.
With what Graf went through, and then here he is wearing bubble, and he still gets a goal off of that dirty goal off the rebound there.
Yeah, it's good. Goes to the net, so good for him to score.
When you had to pull Askarov there, is there a message that you tell him, or so maybe Spears you will tell him, to the point that you mentioned that we didn't give you a chance tonight?
Yeah, I talked to him. He knows.
And I wonder, just Christmas assessment. I don't know if this is the right time, but after this game, but just how would you look at these first 37 games here overall?
What are we, 500? I'd probably say that's the way we've probably played. So we've had some moments in the right direction. It feels like we take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But you'll have to ask me more on that after the break.
Okay. Thank you. You obviously have a lot of experience here. Just what makes this building so challenging to get off to a good start in?
Well, I mean, they're a good hockey team, and you can't come out like that in the first period and, give up. I don't know, you have the stats, but, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 odd man rushes, diving in when we should and not supporting the D. You can't do that against a good team. They're gonna shove it down your throat every time, and they made us pay that whole first period. And when you're chasing a game down 5-0 after first against a team like that, it's tough sledding.
Any reason you can point to for the very slow start for you guys?
I mean, just what I said. Just giving up odd man rushes, not completely out of structure. Just doing everything the exact opposite of what we talked about before the game.
Another thing about a lot of these rushes was it was too easy to get the passes across too many times. Because usually when you have a rush, generally you cut the pass, goalie basically take the position. But this time it seemed like there were a lot of cross passes back and forth.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can look at that, but it's it starts in the offensive zone where you have three guys buried, around the goal line, and they're taking off the other way. Deep pinching when forwards aren't coming back, forwards not coming back to support the D. It starts there. It's not the cross ice passes. It is what it is. They got skill. They're going to make those plays, but it just starts just completely out of structure.
The Sharks have had a lot of trouble with this team for a long time. I mean, obviously you're on the other side for a long time of it. Just in general, just what can you kind of point to for that?
I mean, it's just an individual game. Whatever you're doing that day is not working, but it's not like a overall thing. It's just today we played out of structure.
And in terms of just this building itself, what makes this building so intimidating?
You just asked me that question. That was the first question you asked.
When do you think the game sort of slipped away?
When?
Yeah. Well, when did you start to feel, okay, this is getting out of hand here?
We came in after the first period and it was 5-0.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Tyler, just your experience playing here, just what makes this building so tough to get a good start in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of energy, and I've seen it go both ways, and obviously it wasn't our night tonight, and obviously disappointing, and got to, take a few days here, reset, and, be ready for a push here after Christmas.
You guys' last week of players, so is it a little disappointing to not get more points after that Pittsburgh comeback, just not capitalize on that momentum a little more?
Yeah, I thought, obviously the 2 games before this, I thought we, deserved to win. We did some really good things, and bad bounces went in our net, and that's just how it goes sometimes. And tonight was not the case, and we just didn't play good enough.
What led to that first period just being so flat and very quickly seemed like it started to unravel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Askey kept us in it there as long as he could, and really just felt like they had all the momentum and we had no pushback, and that's what happens when you play against a good team.
I know it's tough after a result like this, but how would you kind of assess so far this season at the Christmas break for you guys?
I mean, I don't think tonight's the night to really do that assessing, to be honest. Thanks.
I think